Next, a new strategy to get insurance companies to cover homes in California, but the fix may cost you. Plus, the San Diego airport is ready for the holiday travel season, how all of this construction is affecting passengers, and when you'll see the biggest crowds. And later on, the most common passwords exposed, why this is the time to rethink how to protect your accounts. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny Day here at CBS 8. We are working for you, getting to the bottom of problems you've asked us about, and we are looking for solutions. We begin with the insurance crisis that is impacting many homeowners in California. The State Department of Insurance has a plan to get insurance companies writing homeowners insurance policies again, but will it make insurance more affordable? As CBS 8's David Godfredson reports, consumer advocates say the reforms would give insurance companies everything they want, including higher rates.
It's a great roof. It's a great roof. It cost me top dollar.
Poway resident Fran Lancaster spent $30,000 last year on a new roof. 2 months later, Farmers Insurance raised the rates on her homeowner's policy.
And my rate went from $1,500 a year to $4,200 a year.
The reason? Wildfire risk. Fran then tried to shop around, but no luck.
The minute they found out where my house was, they said, no, we're not going to even write you a policy.
Fran is a victim of the California insurance crisis. Her agent told her she's lucky she wasn't getting canceled.
I have to stay with Farmers at this point. Since no one else is writing me a contract, I have to stay with who I have and pay their exorbitant rates.
Tens of thousands of California homeowners have had their policies canceled, forcing them to go with the California Fair Plan, fire insurance of last resort, usually costing thousands of dollars more. Several insurance companies like State Farm and Allstate have stopped writing new homeowners policies in California altogether. But now there's a plan to fix it.
With the reforms that we're proposing, I'm very confident that we're going to see some real change coming mid-2025. We're going to see that California is back open for business. We're going to see insurers coming back to California.
California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara's sustainable insurance strategy proposes a faster rate approval process, forward-looking catastrophe modeling, allowing insurers to use future climate models to determine rates, fair plan reform aimed at getting homeowners back into the mainstream insurance market, and the ability to add reinsurance costs into a company's rate hike requests.
California is at an insurance crossroad.
Even Commissioner Lara admits the plan is insurance company friendly.
I need to make sure that I have a thriving insurance market in the state. That means I have to make sure insurance companies are making a reasonable amount of money to be able to stay in business, grow, and be able to maintain their solvency. Because guess what's also not consumer friendly? If an insurance company goes under.
Insurance Commissioner Lara says his plan will go into effect by the beginning of next year. But the question is, what will it mean for homeowners?
The last estimate that was put into the legislature by a national insurance expert was that rates would go up 30 to 50% overnight.
Carmen Balber is the executive director of Consumer Watchdog, a Los Angeles nonprofit.
Simply giving the insurance industry everything they want does not mean they will come back into California and make the state more competitive again.
Balber says there's only one way to bring insurance companies back to California: use their highly profitable auto insurance policies as leverage.
We need a mandate that says if you want to sell home and auto insurance in California, you have to sell to Californians and communities that harden their homes.
She says homeowners who clear brush around their homes or install fire-resistant roofs, for example, should always have access to affordable policies.
I just feel like we as residents of Poway, California, we're paying for what happened with the Paradise Fire, what happened in Malibu, what happened just last week in the LA area.
David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
We'll certainly stay on this well into the new year. David, thank you. Well, Thanksgiving travel is surging with packed planes, jammed highways, and crowded cruise ships. But despite higher ticket prices, AAA says millions of Americans are on the move this holiday. CBS 8's Abby Black is working for you, showing us how you can beat the rush.
The San Diego airport estimates that the number of passengers traveling through the airport during Thanksgiving week will be up 4 to 6% compared to last year. And with Terminal 1 under construction, there's a lot that you need to know. We're working for you so you can be prepared if you're picking up, dropping off, or taking off the holiday season. Thanksgiving travel's underway. I caught up with Simone Morgan, who flew from Newark to spend Thanksgiving with friends in San Diego.
Trying to get ahead of the travel rush.
I found while TSA numbers show slightly fewer travelers so far compared to last year, San Diego International Airport is expecting a major surge. An airport spokesperson tells us that they're preparing for a 12.5% increase over pre-pandemic levels during peak Thanksgiving travel, which is between Tuesday and Sunday.
During that time, we anticipate seeing as many as 460,000 passengers arriving and departing through that time period.
If you're one of those travelers, you'll notice significant changes at the airport. Terminal 1 is undergoing major construction, creating some new challenges for travelers. Here's what you need to know to plan ahead. You'll want to arrive early. The airport says the busiest times curbside will be from 4 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. and then from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and then 8 p.m. to midnight. I drove the route heading west on North Harbor Drive and noticed the entrance to Terminal 1 comes sooner, so you'll want to move over, but don't get stuck behind these cars. I also noticed that some were waiting to pick up their passengers. The airport recommends that you wait in the cell phone lot in Terminal 2 for passengers to arrive.
That way you're not driving around the terminals and adding to congestion and making your experience more frustrating.
You can also reserve a spot in the new Terminal 1 parking garage. The busy travel season extends beyond the airport. AAA projects 6.5 million Southern Californians will travel during the 7-day Thanksgiving period, either by plane, car, train, or on a cruise.
We do project that 6.5 million Southern Californians are going to be traveling during this 7 travel period for Thanksgiving.
And I found some good news if you're traveling by car.
In California, we are going to be paying the lowest price since the pandemic, so around $4.50 a gallon.
By air, land, or sea, plan ahead.
Yes, it'll be hectic.
Working for you at the San Diego International Airport, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Good, helpful tips, Abby, thanks. Well, it's been more than 3 weeks now since that Fairmont Fire forced people out of their homes near San Diego State University. And now we're checking in on that investigation. CBS 8's Brian White is working for you in the college area to find out what investigators are learning about how the fire started.
We went out to the street and we looked over and we just saw the flames just going.
It burned nearly 40 acres of canyonside, flames towering over trees, damaging at least 6 homes and sparking mandatory evacuations. Neighbors told me about people living in the canyon.
Have you heard anything about the cause of the fire?
No, but I have my suspicions. There is a homeless encampment over there, and I imagine that's what started it.
And here's what San Diego Fire Rescue told me at the time.
At this point, we don't know what caused the fire, but we do know that it started in or very near a homeless encampment.
So I checked in with them again to see if they've learned anything more, and they told me the fire is still under investigation, and they haven't yet determined how it started.
All of the residents in the area have known for a long time that this palm grove has been an extreme fire hazard.
Karen Austin lives in the neighborhood. She's co-founder of the Alvarado Estates Fire Safe Council.
It was exacerbated by an abundance of dead palm fronds and debris, and its ignitability was much more extreme.
I walked down into the canyon at Fairmount and Montezuma where the fire started, and this is what I saw. Burnt debris on the ground and in a shopping cart, and this can of motor oil nearby.
We're hoping that more can be done by city officials and others to have a real plan to address homeless encampments, especially during the high fire season.
Through a public records request with the city of San Diego, CBS 8 is learning that over the past 3 years, about a dozen fires have occurred in the area that started near encampments. And citywide during the same time period, more than 1,100 vegetation fires may have likely started in or near homeless encampments.
We're ready to work together even more so than ever. We want to address risks in these canyon areas around us.
We're going to stay on top of this investigation. Working for you, Brian White, CBS 8.
Brian, thanks so much. Next, protecting vulnerable homes from wildfires. We'll show you new fire-resistant upgrades both inside and outside of those homes. Plus, are you using the same password for everything? Why some strategies aren't so clever. Keep it here.
What we have found is if one home does everything right and the next door neighbor does not, both homes still remain at risk.
Yeah, you know it. San Diego is a beautiful place, and the risk of losing it all to a wildfire can come with the territory. But now some of our most vulnerable areas are getting a fire-resistant makeover. Our Brian White has more from a relieved homeowner in Dulzura.
It feels like a big weight off the shoulders, really, more than anything.
Homeowner Chris Bilbrey is relieved now that his home is more fire resilient.
The whole point of wanting to do it and figuring it out was, again, keeping not only the home safe, but the family safe.
He's the first homeowner in the county taking advantage of grant money from the California Wildfire Mitigation Program.
We removed all of the combustible vegetation back 5 feet and hardscaped it with ignition-resistant rocks.
San Diego County Fire Battalion Chief Cal Hendry gave me a tour and showed me the upgrades.
Their deck was constructed of a flammable Doug fir, so we replaced all this wood on this deck. Here's now a 20-minute fire-treated lumber. On the bottoms of the deck, we've got screens to prevent embers from getting underneath the deck.
They replaced these foundation vents with ember-resistant ones. The same goes for the attic vents up top on the roof. And they changed out all the nylon window screens that can burn and melt in a fire.
So we had them rescreen these with aluminum screen, which is more ignition resistant. That'll help keep the embers out of the house.
They did a ton of work around the house creating defensible space.
This had native vegetation 15 foot tall all throughout this area right here. We went back, had crews come in here and clear all the vegetation back, limb all the trees up 6 feet, all the way out to 100 foot away from the house.
Local and state fire officials gathered here to showcase what this pilot program is all about, and Chris feels fortunate.
If we're home when a fire breaks out and we're not able to get out, knowing that we're in a building that is as safe as physically possible helps create a lot of relief.
They expect to retrofit 300 to 500 homes with this program, focusing first on Dulzura, then moving on to homes in Potrero and Campo. If you'd like to apply, head to CBS8.com for all the info. In Dulzura, Brian White, CBS 8.
Good stuff as always, Brian. Thank you. Well, the list is out, and it's a wake-up call. A security firm just released its annual report on the most common passwords, and it is shocking and a little amusing. CBS 8's Anna Laurel is working for you and shows us the mistakes you should avoid.
The cybersecurity expert I spoke with says the most commonly used passwords hackers can crack in less than 1 second. So what's the most common password in 2024? S-E-C-R-E-T, secret.
That's not a good password. That's terrible.
Is that good? What do you think?
It's kind of funny. I think it's a horrible password, but I'm surprised that it's secret, actually. I figured it would be password.
Well, password is actually the third most used password in the U.S., right after 123456.
Oh, that's worse.
And apparently people think they've gotten clever. QWERTY and QWERTY123 are now on the most common list.
QWERTY, that's the keyboard.
It's all the letters on the same row beside each other on the keyboard.
No, not at all. No, that's really smart.
Well, not that smart. QWERTY with numbers are the 4th and 5th most used passwords in the U.S.
That exact combination would be equally predictable and equally bad. In essence, using such password is basically almost equal to using none of the password.
Cybersecurity group NordPass says it's the predictability of passwords that makes it easy for hackers to crack.
Do you try to make them random, the ones that you do use?
No.
NordPass says you should make your password a phrase you can remember, at least 20 characters. Change a letter here and there to a symbol. this guy's on the right track.
If I buy a computer for my wife, for example, for Mother's Day, I just say it's Mother's Day 20-something.
But don't use the same password for everything.
People duplicate passwords, and that's one of the worst risks that could happen.
Do you have the same password for everything?
I have like 3.
3 that you rotate.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have same for everything?
Whether it's secret or I love you, cybersecurity experts say it's time to rethink how we protect our accounts. Because if one account is hacked, your personal information gets exposed. In San Diego, this is Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
It does make you smile, but it really, truly is good information, Anna. All right, next, another warning for parents as you consider Christmas gifts for kids. Consumer safety experts reveal the worst toys of this holiday season. Welcome back. Well, some of those adorable toys lining store shelves this holiday season might be more dangerous than you think. 2 consumer watchdogs are sounding the alarm on this year's most dangerous toys. CBS 8's Abby Black is working for you and shows us what to watch out for while you shop.
Holiday season toy safety is no child's play.
We know we've made a lot of gains in toy safety for kids, but there are still problems that are existing out there, and we know that by offering tips to shoppers and to families, we can help people avoid the dangerous toys that could endanger their children's health and ruin the holidays this year.
The numbers are chilling. The Consumer Product Safety Commission reports over 150,000 toy-related injuries and deaths last year.
We love little plushies like this one here, right? But this easily can get detached and become a choke hazard.
From water beads to internet-connected gadgets, the risks are everywhere.
I also was able to buy this Fisher-Price Mickey and Friends gift set, which unfortunately is also a choking hazard, but I was easily able to get it off of eBay a couple weeks ago.
The annual Trouble in Toyland report by consumer advocate Caliperg reveals alarming trends, such as water beads that Congress had tried to restrict are still widely available online, often with misleading marketing.
Which are these squishy sensory toys. The big problem is that you can still buy them online from retailers like Amazon, and some have removed the words toy or play from their labeling or marketing, which you can see here.
Today, the watch organization's 10 Worst Toys list highlights additional dangers. They're toy guns mistakable for real weapons, inflatable toys requiring constant adult supervision, infant pillows with suffocation risk. Caliperg says that the biggest concern comes from ordering low-cost gifts directly overseas.
In many cases, companies may claim their shipments are shoes or household goods, when they're actually toys or other products that must meet strict safety standards.
A crucial message this holiday season: cute does not equal safe. Inspect, investigate, and protect.
We appreciate you, Abby. Thank you. For the full list of those toys and their potential hazards, go to CBS8.com and click on this story. That'll do it for us. Remember, if there is something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. Take care.